Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife. My name is Adam, and these videos on the first of the month have become one of our favorite videos that we post here on our channel. Because on the first of every month, we announce the entire new group of Shop 49th businesses. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're letting you know who the April businesses are. Now, for those of you who may be new here, let me fill you in a little bit on what Shop 49th is. This is a project that we started back in the month of February when we learned that the 2021 Alaska cruise season would be canceled again. And our hearts just broke for the small businesses around our state that would be impacted by that, right? Many of these businesses barely made it through a canceled 2020 season and the pandemic and all of that, and now they're facing another canceled season. And so we just knew we had to find a way to help. And this is what we came up with. This is how we want to use our platform here on LeggLife in order to help small businesses here in our home state. And our approach is really simple. Every month we pick 5 businesses and 1 nonprofit, and we just ask you guys to do 2 things. We ask you to make a purchase or many purchases from them online. We ask you to show up online when cruise passengers can't show up in person, right? We want to support them online so they have the resources that they need to make it through another month and another season and hopefully another year. And the second thing we ask you to do is we ask you to support them on social media. Would you follow their social accounts? Would you share the content they're putting out there? Would you help them reach more people by sharing what they're doing? And by doing these 2 things, we've been able to have pretty unbelievable impact over the last couple of months since we started this project. Some of the things that we've shared before is we've had businesses that have had their largest online sales day ever. We've had businesses that have done more sales in a 3-week period than they did the entire previous year online. Like, you guys are doing this. You guys are having real impact. And I actually want you to stay tuned for the end of this video, because I'm going to include some clips from Spring Berry, who is the owner of Woodlands Clothing in Ketchikan, Alaska. Now, Spring and her business were one of the first businesses that we chose back in February. And she wanted to put something together as she reflected on the impact that Shop 49th had on her and her business. And so I want to share that with you guys. And it was really emotional, really moving to Sherri and I think you guys are going to love it. But now let's jump into our April businesses, because I know so many of you guys are waiting, because normally about the last week of the month, we start getting messages from you guys just saying, I'm so excited for the April businesses. Can you tell us who they are? We're ready to spend money. We're ready to shop local. We're ready to support small. So here we go. Here are the April Shop 49th businesses. The first business is from the town of Wrangell, Alaska, and they're called Lover Bear Candle Company. Now, this is a locally made candle company, and as soon as I looked through their website, one of my first thoughts was, this is the kind of business we need to support. Like, I love how the business represents Alaska. I love the product. I love the quality and look of everything. This is the kind of thing that makes such a great and unique Alaska gift that I think you guys are gonna love supporting Lover Bear as well. And the second business is from Kodiak, Alaska, and this is the Kodiak Tea Company. Now, you guys know Sherri and I, we love our coffee, we love our tea, and as I was looking through the Kodiak Tea Company website when I found them online, it was one of those moments where it was like, it wasn't even a question on whether we were going to support them, because I knew that you guys, I knew the LeggLife community would so get behind them. I'm so excited for you guys to look through their website. I'm excited for you guys to order your teas and try them, because I know we have a lot of tea lovers in our community, and you guys are going to love what Kodiak Tea Company has. Now, the third business is called Clothes Rush, and they're in the town of Skagway, Alaska. And Clothes Rush has a lot of varied things. They have a lot of apparel items. They have a lot of Alaskan gifts items, a lot of things that you would normally bring home from your Alaska vacation. But one thing I thought was really cool on their website is they had a whole section for items that are just like representing the Chilkoot Trail, which is kind of like one of the iconic things about Skagway. In fact, growing up here in Alaska, that was always the part of Skagway's history that I heard the most of, was that iconic Chilkoot Trail as part of our state's gold rush. And so I love that there are those kind of items on their site. The fourth business is from the town of Cordova, Alaska, and it is called the Net Loft. Now, the Net Loft has some unique things that actually haven't been represented here on Shop 49th since we launched. I know a number of our people are into needlework. They're into knitting. You're into yarn. You're into doing all of that. And that is exactly what they have. Now they have a whole bunch of other things. And as you look through their website, you're gonna see just how many items they have. But if you're looking for unique Alaskan yarn products, unique Alaskan yarns, just the kind of thing that you can only get here in our state, I think you're gonna love them. And our fifth business is called Birch Springs, and they're from the town of Talkeetna, Alaska. Now Birch Springs makes products out of Alaskan birch wood, and the birch trees are actually harvested right from their homestead property there near Talkeetna. And they make some amazing things. Things like custom charcuterie boards, which, if you guys know us, that's our love language. They also make like a lot of kitchen items, a lot of wooden spoons, those kind of things. Looking through their website, I got excited, honestly, just for selfish reasons, I got excited for us to order stuff from there. And so I know you guys will love their stuff as well. Now I actually want to use Birch Springs to touch on something, because up to this point, the towns that we've selected, the businesses that we've selected, have largely been in Southeast Alaska or coastal towns here in our state, the kind of towns that you think of when you think of the impact of a canceled cruise season. But Birch Springs represents a bit of a transition for us here at Shop 49th, because the reality is that tourism and the cruise industry is a statewide industry. And yes, cruise ships may not be physically pulling into Juneau and Skagway and Ketchikan, but see, what happens here in Alaska is that the people get off of the cruise ships and then they go experience the rest of our state many times. And so tourism ripples across our entire state. It touches every community, it touches every family, it touches every business. And so it is not just businesses in Southeast Alaska that are impacted, but it really is businesses statewide. And so we are going to start reaching out around the state and exposing businesses that are impacted by this canceled cruise season, but maybe they're not in port towns, but they're still feeling the implications and the impact of the canceled season. And now for our final feature this month, and that is our Alaskan Non-Profit. And this is the second nonprofit that we're featuring. We started this last month with the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, and we honestly didn't know how that was going to go, because it's easy when we're asking you guys to go online and purchase like a candle or a charcuterie board or those kind of things. But it's different with a nonprofit, right? It's different because there's not an exchange of products. Yet so many of you guys responded in a really cool way. We heard from one family who decided that, I think it's the daughter and the husband who share a birthday party. And so what they decided to do was have an Alaska themed birthday party supporting these businesses. And then kind of as a big gift, they were going to like adopt an animal from the Wildlife Conservation Center. I love that. You guys thought so creatively about how to do that this month. And so I just want to thank you for supporting the Wildlife Conservation Center. And the nonprofit that we're supporting this month is the Alaska Sea Life Center in the town of Seward, Alaska. Now, if you've watched our vlogs, we go to the Sea Life Center almost every time we are in Seward. It is an amazing facility that is doing even more amazing work here in our state. They're a world-class facility that's working on rehabilitation, that's working on rescue, that's working on release of these animals back into the wild. The Alaska Sea Life Center, to me, is like a shining light in our state. It's one of those places that I encourage everybody who visits Alaska to go. The problem is that they are largely supported by people who show up, right? It's people who walk in and buy admissions and go through the Sea Life Center. And so they're directly impacted by canceled cruise season. So here's what I'm asking you guys to do. Would you guys go online and make a donation? Now, it doesn't have to be a big donation, but I can promise you everything that you give helps replace one lost admission for somebody who's not showing up this year. And I want to do something a little bit unique, because it can be hard to know the impact we're having with these nonprofits. When you go and donate to the Sea Life Center, would you have your donation end in .49? So if you're going to donate $20, would you donate $20.49? Or would you donate $49.49? Or $100.49? Whatever it is, would you donate that .49 so that hopefully they're able to know that there are people out there who are part of the Shop 49th movement who support them, who believe in them, who may not be able to show up in person, but who want the work of the Sea Life Center to continue for years to come. So friends, that is it. 5 new businesses, 1 nonprofit. Of course, shop49th.com is the website. That's where links to all of this is. Links to all of their websites, links to all of their Instagram pages. And so go to shop49th.com. That is kind of your hub and jumping off point where you can get to all of our businesses from there. And then there's just one more thing I want to ask. And a lot of you guys have already been doing this, and I've talked about this in other videos. It means the world to me. You guys have been an encouragement to these business owners, not just with your resources, but with your words. Like, you guys have been a bright spot, a point of hope for them. And so I just want to encourage you as we head into the month of April, would you do that again? Would you send kind words, maybe it's via Instagram message or email or via their website, and just let these business owners know that people see what they're doing, and there's a whole community of people out there who are rooting for them, a whole community of people out there who believe in them, a whole community of people out there who want to see their business succeed, because that has more of an impact than you guys could possibly imagine. So friends, we're entering our third month of Shop 49th. And I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of the way that you've shown up. I'm so proud of the dozens and dozens and dozens of photos and videos that you have shared with us as you've been receiving your orders over the last couple of months. I'm so proud of the way that I have seen you in the comment section of these businesses' social media. I love when they post a new photo or a new video, and I go read the comments on their social pages, and I see so many of our LeggLife community being a voice of hope and just a voice of support for them. And so I want you to know that, like, I see you. Like, I see what you are doing. I see the impact that you are having. And I'm so stinking proud of our LeggLife community. I'm so proud of the impact that you're having, and I'm so proud of the difference that you are making. And so I wanted to end this video by just showing you what that difference looks like. I talked about this a little bit earlier in the video. Spring, who owns Woodlands in Ketchikan, who's just become like one of our favorite people. Like, she's just amazing. One of the things that she wanted to do was sort of communicate the impact that this has had on her and her business. And so she created these series of videos on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and posted them. And so I'm gonna link down below to Woodlands, where you can follow them on all social sites. But I just want you guys to take a little bit of time and just watch this series of videos as she tells the story about the impact the Shop 49th had on her and on Woodlands. This is what we're doing. Like, this communicates it better than I ever could. So friends, we love you guys so very much. Thank you for doing this with us. Thank you for the difference you're having. And I hope you are incredibly encouraged by what you're about to see. We love you guys.